Did you know Murphy?
Yeah.
Was he a good guy?
Oh, yeah, he's a good guy.
Picture a Hollywood legend, forged in war's crucible, who conquered screens with a glare that could stop hearts, yet hid a secret so wild it could rewrite his legacy. Lee Marvin wasn't just the tough guy of The Dirty Dozen or the Oscar-winning rogue of Cat Ballou. Behind the silver hair and steely eyes, what demons drove him to steal tanks, rewrite scripts, and spark a legal revolution? From million-dollar paydays to a palimony showdown that changed American law, his life was a high-octane saga of triumphs and tragedies. How did a Marine sniper become a chart-topping singer, only to lose it all to battles no one saw? Buckle up for a roller coaster through Marvin's world, where every twist unveils a truth more shocking than the last. You won't believe what's coming next. Post-war, he floundered, fixing pipes in Woodstock until a fluke gig at a local theater, subbing for a sick actor, lit a fire. The stage's rush mirrored the military's edge, and he chased it to Hollywood. In 1951, you're in the Navy. Now gave him a sliver of screen time, but a sharp-eyed director pushed him further, linking him with an agent. Still, the grind was real. Uncredited roles, a dingy apartment, bills piling up. Then came 8 Iron Men in 1952, where his war-hardened soul bled into a sergeant's role, catching eyes with its raw truth. A year later, in The Wild One, he squared off with Marlon Brando as Chino, a biker menace so electric he outshone the star. That film's grit got it banned in the UK for 15 years, and funnily enough, Marvin's gang, the Beatles, later sparked a certain band's name. His rise kicked into gear with M Squad, a 1957 to 1960 TV hit, where he played Detective Frank Ballinger, outdueling Sinatra's airtime and cementing his name in living rooms nationwide. But the real jolt? The Killers in 1964, where his icy hitman Charlie Stum was too fierce for TV, landing in theaters to critical raves. Yet behind the tough guy mask, Marvin's life was unraveling. How did a war survivor spiral so hard? He blew millions, battled the bottle, and let his demons loose on set, threatening a co-star's life, slugging another to test him. Hollywood hushed it up, but today, those shadows are spilling out. Compare that to his peak, Oscar glory, iconic roles, and it's a tragic fall. His recent passing left fans reeling, a stark reminder of fame's toll. Now let's zoom into his luxe life amid the chaos. Marvin owned a cherry red 1966 Ford Mustang, a beast he'd roar through LA, and later a sleek Mercedes-Benz 450 SL, mirroring his rugged yet refined vibe. His wrist flashed a Rolex Submariner, a nod to his military roots, ticking through his wildest days. Real estate. He snagged a sprawling Malibu pad in the 60s, ocean views clashing with his stormy personal life, and whispers say he chartered private jets for quick escapes, though he never owned one outright. Business-wise, he leaned on acting, but a stake in a small production outfit flopped when his drinking derailed deals. Insurance? He had health coverage from his Marine days, later bolting on asset protection as fame grew, though gaps in career policies left him exposed when work dried up. Financial lessons from Marvin scream loud. He earned big, $1 million for The Dirty Dozen alone, but spent bigger, with no safety net. Diversify, he didn't. Invest wisely, he ignored. His estate took a hit, leaving little for heirs after years of excess. Compare that to peers who banked on real estate or brands. Marvin's all-in on Hollywood was a gamble that crashed. What drove this titan to the edge? His journey from war hero to Tinseltown legend, then to a man wrestling ghosts, hooks you in. It's not just loss, it's the confession of a life laid bare, the secret news of a soul stretched thin. His legacy? A gritty echo that still rattles the industry, urging stars to guard their wealth and their peace. Hollywood's whirlwind of celebrity news doesn't slow down. and Lee Marvin's saga only deepens the drama. Fresh off his gritty rise from war-torn hero to Tinseltown titan, Marvin's life took turns that left jaws on the floor. What hidden battles pushed this legend to the brink? In 1965, he stunned the world with Cat Ballou, a comedy that saw him play dual roles: a boozy gunslinger, Kid Shalene, and a noseless villain. Nobody pegged the stone-faced Marine for laughs, yet his drunken lean against a wall, horse in tow, had audiences howling. He'd outshone comedy giants. Fast forward to Paint Your Wagon, a 1969 musical where Marvin, no crooner, growled "Wandrin' Star" to UK chart-topping glory, edging out the Beatles' Let It Be. His gravelly voice, like a storm in a tin can, hooked millions. How did a war vet become a one-hit wonder? That unexpected pivot cemented his box office pull, but shadows loomed larger. Marvin's star power hit a peak with Point Blank in 1967, pocketing a then astronomical $1 million. Playing a vengeful loner, he didn't just act. He shaped the film, handpicking the director and sharpening its edgy vibe. Flashbacks and sharp tension made it a cult hit, later preserved by the Library of Congress. But off-screen, his demons ran wild. During The Dirty Dozen, his drinking spiraled, vanishing mid-shoot to local bars. Crews scrambled, once finding him too far gone to drive a truck with Charles Bronson, who erupted in frustration. Marvin's excuse: he drank to drown war's ghosts. The film raked in $45 million, but he dismissed it as shallow flash, a far cry from his raw 8 Iron Men days. His recent passing stirred fans, unearthing confessions of a man haunted by trauma, wrestling a bottle that cost him millions. What toll did fame exact on his soul? His journey from rebel to icon, now marred by loss, grips you tight. Then came Hell in the Pacific, a bold 1968 gamble with just Marvin and Toshiro Mifune as stranded World War II foes. Both veterans, Marvin a Marine, Mifune a Japanese soldier. Their real-life scars fueled a silent, tense duel. Marvin pushed for live ammo to amp up the fear, a reckless nod to his Saipan days. Shot on a sweltering island, the film's dual endings, one peaceful, one grim, sparked debate, but it tanked financially. Compare that to his M Squad glory, commanding screens weekly. Here, he poured his heart into a flop. By The Big Red One in 1980, Marvin, mid-50s and worn, chased authenticity in a war epic, doing stunts despite arthritis. Filmed in Israel and Ireland on a tight budget, he clashed with younger actors, demanding truth over polish. The studio slashed the 4-hour cut to 2, gutting its soul, and Marvin raged. His past as a sniper who lived war's chaos clashed with his present, a fading star fighting for legacy. Marvin's luxury life dazzled amid the chaos. Beyond his Mustang and Mercedes, he cruised a 1970 Porsche 911, a sleek match for his rebel edge. His Patek Philippe Calatrava gleamed, a quiet flex of sophistication. Real estate was his empire, a $5 million Malibu estate, now worth $20 million. A Tucson ranch snapped up in the 70s for $500,000, valued at $3 million today, and a London flat for European jaunts. Private jets? He leased Gulfstreams for cross-country dashes, a habit that bled cash. His net worth peaked at $10 million in the 70s, but reckless spending and failed ventures, like a soured film production deal, whittled it to $3 million by his passing. Future projections? Had he invested smarter, his estate could have hit $15 million by now. Business-wise, he flirted with a restaurant chain but bailed when partners clashed. Insurance was spotty, health coverage from SAG, some asset protection, but no career policies, leaving him vulnerable when roles slowed. Financial lessons leap from Marvin's highs and lows. His $1 million point-blank payday was a fortune. But without diversification, stocks, real estate trusts, he burned through it. His 1969 Vietnam documentary, self-funded and raw, showed Marvin's guts. Filming soldiers in combat, he aimed to bear the conflict's truth, but the government shelved it, citing morale risks. Shown privately, it vanished after his death. A lost gem some call a war doc masterpiece. In The Killers, he flexed producer muscle, bankrolling its pivot from TV to theaters, and pushing Ronald Reagan into a villain role. His obsession with a Shelby Cobra's sleek menace defined the film's vibe. That hustle echoed his Cat Ballou Oscar win, where his comedic flair shocked naysayers. But his drinking darkened the frame. During The Dirty Dozen, directors shrugged, some claiming booze sharpened his edge. Others, like on The Professionals, weren't amused. Burt Lancaster nearly tossed him off a cliff for showing up drunk. By the late 70s, Marvin's rehab stints, 3 days in 76, 2 weeks in Arizona, crumbled. His hands shook on set, and insurance firms balked, a stark fall from his million-dollar point-blank clout. Marvin's luxury life glittered through the haze. His $3 million net worth at his passing, down from a $10 million peak, reflected wild spending. His real estate empire shone: a $20 million Malibu estate, a $3 million Tucson ranch, and a $1.5 million London flat. He traded his Porsche for a 1975 Ferrari Dino, a $200,000 roar of style. His Omega Seamaster, a diver's classic, ticked through his chaos. Leasing private jets burned cash, unlike peers who owned fleets. His failed restaurant venture and a botched film fund sank millions. Insurance, spotty health plans, and partial asset coverage left gaps, unlike his Marine-era safety net. Future projections peg his estate at $12 million today with smarter investments. Lessons scream clear. His real estate wins preach long-term bets, but his jet leases warn against fleeting thrills. Contrast that with Newman's salad dressing empire. Marvin's acting-only gamble faltered. Then came the 1979 Palimony storm with Michelle Triola. After 6 years together, she sued for $1.8 million, claiming half his earnings as an unwed partner. Changing her name to Marvin, she cited shared accounts and his promise, "What's mine is yours." The media frenzy packed courtrooms, her case hinging on a new California ruling. Marvin's past, freewheeling, unmoored, clashed with this legal trap, a far cry from his hell in the Pacific days of raw authenticity. What did this fight cost his legacy? His financial struggles, confessions of pain, and dramatic legal clash hook you deeper. A saga of grit and loss that sets the stage for Hollywood's next twist. The Hollywood spotlight on Lee Marvin blazes to its final act, a saga of glory, grit, and gut-wrenching twists that hooks you till the end. After battling legal storms and personal demons, Marvin's twilight years revealed a man both lionized and lost. What final secrets did this legend leave behind? The 1979 Palimony clash with Michelle Triola gripped the nation, her $1.8 million claim painting a shared life of promises and pain. She alleged Marvin proposed twice, flashing love letters, and claimed medical fallout from their past left her unable to have children. Marvin fired back, denying love or commitment, joking she should have picked a flashier name like Cooper. The 11-week trial was a circus, but the judge ruled against her, offering $14,000 for rehabilitation tied to her old singing gig. Triola hailed it as a win. Marvin scoffed, admitting everyone lied. By 1981, even that $14,000 vanished. Yet, her case rewrote legal history, birthing palimony and reshaping how courts view unwed partners. Compare that to Marvin's Cat Ballou days, commanding laughs and Oscars. Now, his name fueled courtroom drama. Marvin's career, once a rocket, sputtered. How did a titan fall so far? His final film, The Delta Force in 1986, paired him with Chuck Norris, but the rugged hero of The Dirty Dozen was a shadow. At 63, frail and pained, his inflamed colon hinted at deeper woes. His last days at Tucson Medical Center brought a fleeting light. His 4 kids from his first marriage, long estranged, reunited with him. The quiet, emotional visit mended little but meant everything. His will, though, shocked. Just $10,000 split among them, a sliver of his once vast wealth. Pamela, his second wife, stood by him, anchoring his final moments. On August 29, 1987, a heart attack claimed him at 63. Fans mourned, but debate swirled. Did an actor deserve Arlington National Cemetery? His Purple Heart, earned as a Marine sniper through 21 brutal landings, silenced doubters. Buried with full honors near Joe Louis, his simple headstone echoed his no-nonsense soul. A posthumous film, Golden Girl, shot years earlier, flopped in 1989. Its sci-fi tale of a bioengineered athlete felt alien to Marvin's gritty roots, yet a cult following later praised its eerie foresight. What did his final roles reveal about a fading star? Marvin's luxury life, even in decline, dazzled. His net worth, $10 million at its 70s peak, dwindled to $3 million by 1987, bled by legal fights and excess. His real estate empire, $20 million Malibu estate, $3 million Tucson ranch, $1.5 million London flat, held strong, but he never diversified like peers. His 1980s ride, a $150,000 Aston Martin V8, roared with elegance, while a vintage Cartier tank watch graced his wrist, a nod to his refined side. Jet leases drained millions, unlike stars who owned planes. A late stab at a winery venture collapsed, and a music label deal fizzled. Insurance was thin, basic health plans, some property coverage, but no career safety net, a far cry from his Marine benefits. Had he invested in stocks or brands, his estate might hit $15 million today. Lessons leap out. Real estate anchored him, but unchecked spending and solo reliance on acting gutted his fortune. Betty Marvin's memoir unveiled a raw truth. She chronicled his drinking, war trauma, and a chilling night he fired a gun indoors. Marlon Brando babysitting their kid added a surreal twist. Her rise as an artist, out of his shadow, reframed Marvin as a man of chaos and charm. His journey, from sniper to the killer's visionary, then a legal and health-stricken figure, grips you. His confessions of pain, financial stumbles, and palimony's fallout cement a legacy of raw humanity. Hollywood's wild ride doesn't end here. What other icons carry scars this deep, waiting to be uncovered?